Monsieur le Président.
Mr. Speaker, when a minister loses a briefcase with important documents in it, it's serious. And when they don't try to get them back because she doesn't know they were lost, it's ridiculous. But when she blames her employee, this is despicable. What will the government do about this minister who will not assume responsibility?
Mr. Speaker, this is a serious matter. Clear procedures were not followed in this case. Corrective action has been taken. I offered to resign if the Prime Minister felt it necessary, and he did not accept it. The person responsible for handling the documents offered their resignations, and I did accept it.
The Honourable Member for Laurier-Sainte-Marie. The staffer for the Minister of Natural Resources seems to be being blamed. She's been made to carry the blame for this act. Now, in the Couillard affair, the minister was responsible for secret documents that were left in an unsecured area. Will this minister not resign because of her negligence? The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, as I've indicated, we treat this as a very serious matter, and I take this as a very serious matter. Clear procedures in my office that have been set out regarding these materials were not followed, and as a result, corrective action has been taken. The person who had the responsibility for the documents offered their resignation, and I accepted it.
Minister had to say about this a year ago, Mr. Speaker. He said that no matter what their personal circumstances, ministers must follow the rules concerning documents. The rules were breached in this situation, and that's why the minister resigned June 3rd, 2008. That was then. This is now. The rules say that she is the one responsible, not some underling. How come a year ago the minister had to resign, and today they're allowed to blame an underling, a subservient person, for all the responsibility of the minister? How is that acceptable?
Honourable Minister of Natural Resources. Order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have to indicate that I'm a little bit concerned by the language that's being utilized by the member opposite and utilizing the term subservient. The people who work for us on the Hill work very hard, and indeed in this case, clear procedures were not followed, and the individual took responsibility, offered their resignation, and indeed I accepted it. Well, Mr. Speaker, I'm more concerned about the tone in which the honourable member has put these forward, indicating that maybe perhaps only a woman can be subservient.
The Honourable Member for Outremont.
Good books. The person who resigned was a man, and she's still there, and she's trying to claim that it has something to do with her status as a woman. Pure, unmitigated nonsense. The reason she's still there is that the Prime Minister publishes rules for confidentiality of documents and doesn't apply them. He said it was a warning to all ministers. She's still there. It's unacceptable. She should resign and leave immediately.
Honourable Minister of Natural Resources. Order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. One thing I have learned in the House, just because you yell louder doesn't make it any more compelling.
From CTV.
Prime Minister, in the control of confidential documents, how can you explain the apparent difference in the level of responsibility, ministerial responsibility, between Mr. Bernier and Ms. Raitt?
Well, I think it's a matter of personal action. As I said, Minister Raitt was working at the time. She was undertaking employment activity, ministerial activity in the company of her staff who were responsible for these documents and certainly for accounting for these documents later. as I say, I think she had a reasonable expectation that that would be done. This is a serious matter, and there will have to be changes. As I've said, there will have to be an examination of this, and this kind of thing cannot reoccur. That said, in the case of Minister Bernier, his actions were much more personal in nature, and that was the difference in the responsibility. That said, as I said earlier, Maxime, I think, has learned a lot from his own experiences. He is a valuable member of our team, and I anticipate him playing a valuable role in our team in the future.